New Yorkers can expect that Monday morning commute will be extremely hazardous. I'm asking all New Yorkers to stay inside and stay off the roads for your safety. These have the potential to be even more hazardous conditions than we faced the last time around. We want to make sure that we make a decision based on up-to-date and accurate information. We will ask that all New Yorkers prepare in every which way they can. Good afternoon, New York. Tomorrow, our city will face its second snowstorm in less than a month and our first blizzard since 2016. Right now, forecasts predict light snow will begin to fall tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. Over the course of the day, it will grow heavier, with intense snowfall beginning at 6 p.m. and dangerous winds increasing overnight. Conditions that will persist through Monday morning and into the evening. We are now expecting between 13 to 17 inches of snow, but there is a slight chance we may see up to 20 inches, if not more. This means we are forecast to receive up to 6 inches more than we received a few weeks ago. New Yorkers can expect that Monday morning commute will be extremely hazardous, with heavy snowfall and peak winds coinciding to create slippery conditions and greatly reduced visibility. Combined with daytime temperatures slipping above freezing and overnight lows dropping to the low 20s, this snowfall will melt, then refreeze, resulting in dangerously icy sidewalks and streets. I am asking all New Yorkers to stay inside and stay off the roads for your safety. These have the potential to be even more hazardous conditions than we faced the last time around. To protect our homeless and most vulnerable New Yorkers, Code Blue operations will take effect once again starting at 4 p.m. this afternoon. That means our dedicated outreach teams will intensify their operations, traversing all 5 boroughs 24/7 to bring those most at risk inside. Let me be clear, no one will be denied shelter in our city. We want every New Yorker who needs help seeking warmth to be able to find it. We will have 18 warming buses, 11 health and hospitals warming spaces, 13 school warming centers open across the city, and we are redeploying H&H mobile warming units to provide clinical support, socks, gloves, and warm food. We are also keeping our on-point overdose prevention centers open overnight through the blizzard. You will be able to find the locations of all of our warming centers on a Link NYC kiosk by 6 a.m. tomorrow morning. Once again, I'm asking that New Yorkers continue to look out for their neighbors. If you see someone in need, please call 311 immediately so that outreach workers and first responders at the FDNY and NYPD can provide assistance. For those who may not have easy access to a phone, you can call 311 directly from our Link NYC kiosks to seek help. If you are having issues with heat and hot water in your apartment, call your landlord first, and then if you do not hear back quickly, call 311. We have inspectors and staff working overtime this weekend at HPD. NYCHA residents in need of non-emergency assistance should call the Customer Contact Center at 718-707-7771 or submit work tickets through the My NYCHA application. DSNY has already begun pre-snow operations, preparing equipment, mounting plows and chains on over 2,200 vehicles, and loading up more than 700 salt spreaders. When more than 2 inches of snow have fallen, plows will be dispatched across our city. New Yorkers will be able to monitor their work in real time via our plow tracker at nyc.gov/plownyc. Tomorrow morning, this fleet will roll into action with over 2,600 sanitation workers beginning 12-hour shifts, salting as the first snow begins to fall, before commencing plowing operations once snow has reached the plowable depth of 2 inches. While DSNY focuses on snow clearing and responding to this blizzard, they will be running at least 1 day behind on garbage and recycling collection. DOT crews have already begun pre-treating road surfaces for Sunday and will follow an extended schedule on Monday to ensure that our bridges and our highways are treated and cleared throughout the storm. The Parks Department will also be mobilizing their own fleet to clear over 2,000 miles of pathways in parks across our city. We are currently anticipating some level of flooding in Jamaica Bay, Staten Island, and the Battery. If that occurs, the city will deploy field response teams and determine further interagency actions from DEP, DOT, and FDNY. We are always seeking ways to improve our efforts to support and deliver for New Yorkers. That's why, ahead of this storm, our agencies have made several changes to enhance our storm preparedness and service citywide.
Hi, how are you, Mayor?
Doing well. How are you?
Doing good. Two questions here.
Yes.
How much are emergency snow shovelers going to make? I'm sure New Yorkers want to know because I think you said they can make extra money. And secondly, why not confirm now whether or not schools are going to be closed?
So I'll start with your second question and go to your first. You heard this from MTA Chair Lieber. The forecast has been changing day after day. We saw on Friday there was an expectation that the likelihood was that we were going to face maybe 3 to 4 inches of snow. Quickly that then changed, and we're now looking at a blizzard. So we want to make sure that we make a decision based on up-to-date and accurate information. We know that by Sunday at noon, we will have the information necessary to be able to speak about the nature of conditions Monday morning and what safety will demand that we do when it comes to in-person instruction for our students and our staff. So by tomorrow at noon, we will be making that decision, and we will ask that all New Yorkers prepare in every which way they can, because this is a serious storm that we're looking at. It exceeds the snowfall that we saw in the previous storm. It is, in fact, a blizzard as opposed to just a winter storm. And we will get back to you on the exact pay for emergency snow shovelers. Thank you.
Thanks. Annie, next.
Hi, Mayor. How are you?
Hi, Annie.
You mentioned the requirements that property owners face to clear snow in front of their paths, as well as lifts additional commitments to clearing city bike stations. We saw some variation, obviously, with the last storm and how well that was done across the city. Any extra enforcement mechanism or incentives that you're thinking about to make sure that that's done sort of up to standard this time around?
I will say that our focus in the aftermath of the prior storm was to ensure that every single, not only city agency, but also private partner understood the responsibility that we have to deliver for New Yorkers, and the responsibility that extends to New Yorkers who are pedestrians, who are cyclists, who are bus riders, subway riders, or who are driving their cars. And so thanks to the advanced work in preparation for this blizzard, there is going to be additional personnel committed, for example, from a private entity like Lyft, to ensure that we're actually clearing out additional city bike docks. This also goes to what was being shared earlier around the clearing not just of sheltered bus stops, but unsheltered bus stops as well as the reminder to private property owners as to what the requirements are. DSNY last time around put forward, I think, more than 1,000 violations that came from that. 4,000 violations from that. They will continue to do enforcement. However, our desire is not to have to enforce this, but rather to seek compliance from the beginning of it.
Thanks. Timmy's next.
Judge Street Journal.
The Judge Street Journal. Hi, Mayor. Two questions. Is the Department of Homeless Services doing anything different before this storm? And will there be any sweeps of encampments before the storm hits New York?
So our focus over the course of this storm is not going to be on physical infrastructure. It's going to be on people, getting homeless New Yorkers inside. There will be no cleanups over the course of this storm. Our focus is going to be utilizing every tool that we have to connecting homeless New Yorkers with a safe haven, with a shelter, with a warming bus, and we will be sure to be able to provide those homeless New Yorkers with a wide variety of options. Because what we found over the course of the prolonged Code Blue is that we needed to have a multiplicity of options that we were putting forward to homeless New Yorkers, because the same New Yorker who may be resistant to getting on a warming bus may be willing to get into an H&H warming center. And so that is why we continue to put forward all of these different options. Additionally, we have a number of outreach workers who are going to be traversing the city 24/7, looking to make that connection with homeless New Yorkers, as well as the utilization of Link NYC.